Well, hi everybody, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I just get into my room here at the Houston Marriott. It's the only one that's attached to the terminals, sort of. It's kind of in between terminals. So you have to take a tram underneath like a subway to here. It's not a big tram, it's a little tiny thing. Or you can walk. It's about a 12-minute walk from Terminal C and same from Terminal A. So I made it to the hotel, but yeah, I got some really weird news today about Royal Caribbean and their employees. And then I also want to talk about the big day that Miami had, as well as what's going on with the earthquake and the possible tsunami, and did the cruise ships feel it? So first off, let's talk about the tsunami. It happened just off the coast of the Grand Cayman Islands there, and the closest cruise ship to it was apparently the Celebrity Summit. And people were wondering if the cruise ship shook. Did they feel all the tremors like you would on land? No reports have come out yet from the Celebrity Summit or any issues there. No passengers. It did look like it might have possibly left port a little longer than usual, but that might have been just because of, they felt the earthquake tremors on the Cayman Islands, and perhaps they said, okay, wait a minute, let's make sure everybody's okay and take a little longer before we head out. But completely different situation. But I don't personally know what would happen if you're over top of the epicenter of an earthquake, and this was 7.6. It's no tiny earthquake. So imagine if you're right over this epicenter or very close to it, and you're over the water and you're on a cruise. What would happen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would happen, but so far it doesn't seem like there's any reports of any injuries or damage or anything coming from there. As far as the rest of the cruise ports in the Caribbean and different areas, a lot of them got put on high alert for a tsunami because that was a significant earthquake and they were all under tsunami watch. So yeah, if you were on shore or anything today and you would have heard a siren sound, that means get to high ground. In case you're wondering, if you hear any sirens when you're in the Caribbean or any place along the coast like that, and you hear a siren sound, that means go to high ground. A tsunami is on its way. If you happen to be on the beach area, if you see the water recede out into the ocean, that's a sign there's a tsunami coming, and you got to get out of there as fast as possible. Don't just stand there and look at it as if to say, wow, that's cool. No, you're in danger. Get to high ground as fast as possible. Luckily, with all the alerts that happened, there was no tsunami that happened, no real damage or anything other than the earthquake damage that happened in the Cayman Islands itself. So good news there. Now let's talk about Miami. Miami had its record-breaking day, the most passengers ever passing through Miami in one day, 10 cruise ships with over 7 different cruise lines in Miami, and that's a lot of help too because of the brand new terminal from MSC. They were able to spread out another ship docking there as well. That's one of the reasons MSC docked in their new terminal, because they had left from their old terminal, so a lot of people were a little frustrated with that situation, but that was the reason behind that. So a big day for Miami. Congratulations. And yeah, busy cruise port. Now let's talk about what's happening with some Royal Caribbean employees. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from you guessed it, the tsunami that's happening, to busy cruise ports, to cruise ship destinations, to cancellations, to the new ships coming online, to everything that might save you a little bit of time, a little bit of frustration, and maybe even a little money along the way. I hope to keep you as best informed I can, and I hope you'll join us here. It really does help the channel out when you subscribe or leave those comments, leave the like buttons. And again, I really do appreciate it. Okay. Recently, some people have been talking about it or not talking about it so much, but Royal Caribbean has just passed a new rule for their employees, in particular, the employees that blog, like Chris Wong, who is working in the casino on Royal Caribbean, to Jordan, who's a figure skater on Royal Caribbean, and others who are dancers, etc. For instance, they're not allowed to show any behind the scenes. They're not allowed to show their cabins anymore. They're basically not allowed to show anything that the normal passenger would not see walking around the top of the ships. Virtually making it almost impossible for these guys who grew because of what they were showing. Because they were showing behind the scenes for the dance team or for the figure skating team, or what's it like to be a crew member on board, what they eat, the crew mess, the parties they get into, the shore excursions they go on as a crew member, etc. And so I'm thinking this could really affect a lot of crew members. I know one crew member who's a dancer that I follow. I know she's quit. She's no longer going to dance. She actually had a contract signed to go for her third contract on Royal Caribbean, and because she's not able to vlog anymore or show anything, and she wants to continue her YouTube career, she quit and will no longer do that. I'm curious to see if there's any others. I've noticed Chris Wong hasn't posted in quite some time now on his channel. And so I'm wondering if this is going to affect a lot of the channels out there that a lot of people like to follow and watch. And I wonder if it's a good idea, because I follow quite a few. I follow about 7 different crew members, not necessarily all with Royal Caribbean, but they never really talk bad about the cruise line or anything like that. And it's an interest to people when they meet crew members like that and they follow them and they say, you know what? I like Jordan's videos, and I like her comments, and I like her figure skating shows, and I want to see her on a ship, so I'm gonna book that ship that I know she's on. And a lot of people do that, right? A lot of people like when they see me on a princess ship, like the Sun Princess or the Regal or the Royal, or I go on a Royal Caribbean ship, or I'm on Holland America or Norwegian, and they say, you know what? That ship looked like a lot of fun, so they'll book it for themselves. And I'm wondering if this new rule for Royal Caribbean is going to hurt them a little bit. I know they're flying high right now with how many people are on those ships, but I don't see their employees really have been complaining that much about anything on their ships, or I don't hear bad things about, oh, they complained about their manager or anything like that. It's always about how much fun they're having on the ships and how great it is to work for the companies. So I don't feel that this is possibly a very good move by Royal Caribbean to have done this. And if they end up losing, like they've lost one dancer I know who's a very talented dancer, and if they now lose others, I don't know if that was a good move at all, because you don't want to lose really talented people and people who basically are the face of your company a little bit and showing how great your company is. I think it was a bad move. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good move by Royal Caribbean? Or do you think, nope, possibly this is a bad move? Why are they trying to choke creativity, and are they afraid of what their crew members are going to be talking about and showing? Are they treating their crew members that badly? That's the first thing that comes to my mind. And I know that these crew members really loved their job. So I don't really know if this was a great move or not. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.